Alrighty, and welcome back, everybody, to the Tales of Telemere campaign. And it's been a little bit since the last session, so a quick it's gonna be like this all day. Recap. Um, our group of intrepid adventurers decided that after a light brunch, they would go to the graveyard to follow up on a certain mysterious rogue X's a little tidbit that there might indeed be something in the graveyard, some kind of tunnel. But unfortunately, they were distracted. Dun dun dun. By hearing about there was some sort of murder. The group decided they would go check that out. They really couldn't find much pertaining to this murder, but y'all did find a nice little inn that may or may not have more answers than questions or questions than answers, called the Iron Dove. Um, then you guys did go and look for that tunnel, but unfortunately, one of White Grove's very famous rainstorms happened and it flooded you guys out, so you ran back to the Golden Beak. A couple of other things occurred, more domestic things happened in the Golden Beak, and that's where we find you guys the next morning. Um, when everyone gets together, it is very dark outside. Not because it's early or anything, but because it's just ugly and rainy still. So while it's not actually physically raining right now, it's just got that darkness from a heavy rainstorm. It's foggy and a little bit of a mist, kind of Silent Hill going on. That's how much it rained last night. Um, and it still almost feels like it's coming down, but it's really that's how dense the air is. Uh, so everyone eventually makes it downstairs for breakfast time at around about the same point, and wouldn't you guys know, but there is a very familiar, if not concerning face sitting off to the side by the window. And the man known only as Mysterious Rogue X is sitting there with a plate of eggs in front of him, writing down some notes. Apparently, he was also flooded out. Um, from whatever he was slinking by and doing. Um, and I'm assuming that you guys are going to talk to him, or are you guys going to just not do that?
Luciano's just gonna be like, oh great, this asshole.
Okay. So, Luciano's going to take the lead then. Um,
Yeah, no, reluctantly he's gonna go over because he wants to ask him about that secret tunnel.
Ah, hello. I believe we have met somewhere.
Yes, we have. I believe it was when we were out for a picnic the other day.
Yes, quite the picnic. How can I be of assistance to you, my friend?
I'm not sure we were quite friends, but perhaps. I do have a question to ask you. You said that there was some sort of secret tunnel underneath the graveyard. I was a bit curious about that.
Okay. Yes, indeed. It is a curious thing. One does not have secret tunnels unless one needs to be secretly moving. Oh, you are interested in this tunnel, right? I can't tell you much about it. I don't know for what purpose it was built. All I know is it exists, and it leads somewhere very interesting.
Do tell.
Well, to be quite honest, I haven't explored the depths of it myself. But you know what? I have been looking for the perfect opportunity. So, my friends, and he stands up and looks towards everybody. Let us explore this tunnel together.
Do you guys want to go exploring?
Yeah, I'm down. Better to have an extra set of hands than not.
And yes, my hands are very deft.
Beautiful. Just beautiful.
Luciano raises an eyebrow at that.
He's doing the finger thing. Like, does anyone know that GIF of Adventure Time where the deer pulls off the hose and starts doing the thing with his fingers? That's what he's doing right now.
Gosh!
I love that. I love that so much.
Amazing.
By the way, there's an absurd amount of pepper on his egg.
Even better.
Darn it, Mysterious Rogex and your pepper.
Ah, yes. I am quite fond of my eggs. I like them with salt and pepper.
Yeah, I can see that given the veritable ocean of pepper you got there.
Well, I like things a bit spicy, and then he winks at is it Maya? Maya? I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's Maya, yeah.
Maya.
Oh boy.
Onward. Let us go, my new friends. Amigos.
So,
And he just like starts directing everybody towards, let's go, come on.
so he's directing us to go first.
Yeah.
Yep.
Howdy.
So,
Hello. Hola.
Ooh, ah.
So, he's going to usher you guys out without even finishing your breakfast. Because he's that kind of guy. And you all mentioned, the tunnels. So, I assume you guys are going to go back to the crypts, essentially, that you guys were fiddling through before y'all just fucking gave up and came back later.
Yep.
Okay. So, if my memory serves, because my handwriting sucks, there's a group of 6, crypts or whatever. There were 3 smaller ones and 3 of the bigger ones. You guys...
I thought it was twice that
Oh,
much.
12. Okay, so then there were 6 of the smaller ones and 6 of the bigger ones.
As you all left the place, he's like, follow me, and then and I shall meet you there. And then just disappears. And then as you arrive back at the graveyard, he appears again. My friend, mi amigos. Let us continue.
I love him. I love him so
That's
much.
gonna earn him a bit of an eye roll. Like, not like annoyed, but rather amused, actually. Like, oh, well, we met another weirdo. Fantastic.
I love it so much.
Does he say that out loud?
No, he's thinking that.
Okay. My
He's
friend,
not
I
gonna say
see
it out
you're
loud because
thinking.
I'd probably get him punched.
See, let's go. Let us go.
Okay. So all the smaller ones were taken care of, and you were hiding in a bigger one. So that leaves 5 more of the big ones to look through. So when you guys actually get to the part with all the big crypts, mausoleums, sepulchres, whatever you guys want to call them, honestly, because they all mean the same fucking thing, um, that's when you realize that the flood actually was kind of a flood. There's a lot of like muddy pathways and stuff throughout the the grassy areas around the um, mausoleums. So it looks like there might have been somebody going to and fro through these areas, but there's no distinct place where it came from, and there's no mud around anything that would say where it was necessarily. But you can imagine that somebody came by during the night sometime. You'll notice that Mysterious Rogex does not have mud on him.
So I need to continue to the tunnel. I know how to fix this. And does X already know where already know where the entrance to this tunnel is, since he is the one
He does.
suggesting?
He
Okay,
does.
so then he just walks right over to it. And is there a little like maneuver he has to do to get to it, or is he just like over here?
Because of how muddy it is, you can go ahead and give me a acrobatics roll in order not to get mud on you, but otherwise it is the furthest down of the large mausoleums, and it's slightly towards the back of it.
Let's see. Well, that's a natural 20 for a total of 26, so it's just. Have you ever seen a flying somersault through a graveyard?
You did now.
Mm-hmm.
Luciano's just like, show off.
He lands directly where he needs to be, and voila. I mean, there you go, mi amigo.
It's a passageway covered by a you wouldn't have expected it to be there, you guys, unless you've like physically and went and searched with your hands, because uh, that's how well it was covered. But he moves over a facade of like this angel, and the angel's eyes are covered with like a bandage, and it this angel has like battle armor on it. So he slides this angel to the side, and lo and behold, there is steps leading down into a tunnel.
Has
So
anyone ever seen the second Indiana Jones movie? I can't remember what it's called. Where the scene where they have to push the statue out of the way, and like the only good handhold is like around the chest area. That's what Rogue.
Of the Temple of Doom.
The Temple of Doom. That's right. Temple of Doom, where he pushes the statue out of the way. Yep, he does the whole. Let's call it the bosom.
ooh boy, the titty honk of doom.
And there you are. Come, let us go.
So he
And he
takes
kind
you
of
guys
like,
down.
so, mi amigos, why? What brings you to this fair town?
Business.
Business.
Just sprung something on me, so I'll be back like around 8. I didn't know this was happening till just now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Put stuff in the chat about what's going on. I can check in, but
Okay. That happens, though. It's a good thing
Yeah.
King was here.
mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yep. So, business. Now, what kind of business? What kind of business? I am sorry if I am extending. I just like to get to know my new friends, amigos.
Oh, you could say it's mercenary work.
Ah, mercenary work. One of the most reliable sources of work. Mercenaries don't care about treachery or loyalty. You just give them money and they do what you like, and they do what you want. It is a respectable line of work.
say that to my face, you limp noodle.
And you are quite the lovely mercenary, as I might say. Apologies, we just met. Okay.
He says that to Maya.
Yeah.
That wasn't Maya saying that. That was just me.
Oh. Well, he's still
Maya
like, even if Maya's not
has
saying anything, this is the kind of person Rogex is.
A very flirty. Oh shoot, I didn't bring that up. Okay, so while Mysterious Rogex is attempting to make small talk and y'all are just dodging the question like expert dodging people, I want everyone except for Mysterious Rogex to make a perception check. This one I'm giving to you, MRX, so
Well, it's Luciano, so you know shit.
yes.
We're off to a strong start tonight
Okay.
with a 2.
That is okay. All right. So really only Mysterious Rogue X would see this. We have a rogue, a monk, and a warlock right now.
Ooh, and
Yeah.
two rogue, monk, and warlock. This actually works out really well for stealth operation.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of happy it went this way. I mean, it's yeah.
So
Wasn't
what
gonna
do they
comment
see?
any, but anyways, so yeah, what do you see? The rest of the party sees nothing. It is very dark, but Mysterious Rogex, having been at least to find this place before, knows a little bit what it's supposed to look like on the inside, and it looks a little bit like a tomb. Like this probably should have been where the tomb was originally, and the mausoleum was built on top of it. But it's been renovated so that there are no more obvious coffins or sarcophagi of any sort. Instead, it is very, very nicely kept stone. It goes down some without any kind of light to it. But you could tell that this was actually recently cleaned out again. In this instance, whatever extra light source that you would assume someone would need to be going back and forth through here, um, there are no obvious light sources. So there's no torches that were left in sconces. There are no candles. There are no vents towards the ceiling. Nothing. Pitch dark. But upon going down into the tunnel, the very immaculately manicured tunnel, there's a little bit of mud. So somebody was here recently. And by recently, I mean sometime during the night.
Is the mud dried or is it wet?
Only MRX can see the mud.
Okay.
Mis amigos. It seems that someone has been here recently. Be on alert.
Of course.
Can you get an estimate of how recently?
I don't know. I think he'll roll investigation to find out.
That's a good idea.
Oh, and that's cocked. Okay, that's not that good of a roll, but thankfully rogues are rogues, so 13 plus 16.
All right. You can tell that it was probably earlier in the night last night, so definitely a couple hours, but it wasn't a quick thing. They've been through here maybe 2 or 3 times. At some point they were dragging something heavy.
Hmm. And he relays that information. I just don't want to repeat the whole thing, but yeah, just be on alert. We're not alone down here.
We'll have to probably be a little more sneaky going forward, but this is definitely worth looking in.
You are correct, my friend. But no worry, have no fear. For mysterious Rogex is here. And then he'll continue forward. And he's going to roll stealth so he's not caught by anything in the...
We all should probably.
That's 19 on the die with his stealth bonus. That's 27.
Fuck, holy shit. All right. So you've heard of the term slinking through the shadows? Well, the shadows are slinking through you. That's how stealthy you are. So, completely without a trace. Nothing. Nobody would have known you were here. Luciano, just about the same to you. Mercer, you are completely distracted about how dark it is, because you were not expecting to have to readjust your eyes this early in the morning, and you also have a lot of mud on your shoes. You're going to be making that schlicking noise, that horrible fucking sound. Yeah, that's the sound you're going to be making until the mud dries off.
Fantastic.
Yep. You shouldn't have walked around in muddy shoes. That's how it is. You don't go into nice stone floor and just track mud everywhere. It's not very nice. Even if this is a graveyard tunnel thing.
Oh, they should have put out a welcome mat. Wipe your feet off on it.
I mean, they should have, but it's...
I think Luciano is still winning for being the rudest,
Oh, absolutely.
having, grave robbed.
Yeah, I'd have to agree on that.
Okie dokie. That's... Alright. I keep picking up the wrong map. Here it is. So you guys go down maybe 50 feet. That's when you guys realize that the air is a little bit danker than you would have liked. It's definitely a little wetter down here. At some point, looking up, there's some cracks in the ceiling where water from the rain the night before has dripped through and is making a little bit of moisture on the floor. It is dark to the point where even those with dark vision are having a real tough time. Does anybody have any kind of extraneous light source?
Yep, I got torches.
Okay.
Question is, are we still trying to be stealthy, though?
That is the question.
Do you guys prefer light or stealth?
Well, I have a proposal. I have a proposal. I say, together, maybe. Perhaps the two of you, and he points to Maya and Mercer, and says, not so stealthy. So, you may draw the attention, and if something happens, he points to Luciano and himself, will assist you from the shadows.
So be bait.
Well, if we find something. It's really only bait if you're guaranteed to find someone. Let's call this a safety net.
I mean, really, that's what we were going to be doing anyway.
Alright, hand me a torch.
And you'd say, how long were you guys talking for? Maybe 3-4 minutes?
I'd say that was like 30 seconds of like, hey, just gonna...
Okay, just want to be sure.
And X is probably still like stealth, so like you just hear whispers through the dark.
Yeah, nobody knows where X is. X just exists. We don't know exactly where he's existing, but he's existing. That's how
So,
stealthy
yeah.
he is.
X and Luciano are stealthing, and then the other two just have a torch.
Okay. I'm going to be god modding Maya just a little bit here. I don't have her stats in front of me, but that's not that important. I'm not going to be playing her as a player. But she would have
just kind of there.
Yeah, she is kind of there. If anything happens to her, I'll take accountability for it. Ooh, these are pretty.
Ah, chica,
Anyways.
you're so quiet.
She's scared, damn it.
Sorry.
So, Mercer and Maya have the torches. The torches are very, very bright and just affecting your eyes as soon as you're down here. It's been a while. So now you have to readjust to the light. And when you heft up these torches, you can see that the tunnel goes another maybe 50, 100 feet, somewhere between there. Well, she's like... Maya is like really popular just because she's 1, exotic, 2, nobility, and 3, kinda dummy thick.
Of course.
I mean, there you go. And 4, French accent. Anyways, so the The tunnel goes down another 500 to 100, or 550 to 100 feet, somewhere between there. You can't exactly tell. And then it splits off into two directions. Sorry, three directions. It continues straight and then splits off to the left and right. Because I can't fucking read my own handwriting.
Understandable. Question is, now what?
You guys, when you guys get to that split, the one in front of you actually dips down a little further, so there's maybe 3 steps and to go down, and then it continues. The ones to your left and right are at the same level. And all three of them are still musty, and you've lost completely where the mud has gone. Mud's gone.
Luciano turns to Mysterious Rogue and is like, well, first off, what do I call you?
You may call me Mysterious Rogue X. Or
That's-
X, if you prefer.
Yeah, the first one's a bit long. So, Mr. X, you said you've been down in these tunnels before. I assume perhaps one of these directions you may have entered from?
Yes, you asked me for a correct answer, and I promise you, X is gonna give it to you. Do I know which one is the, or have I not been down this far?
Roll a d4 for me, please.
A D4. Okay, give me.
Because when he showed up earlier, he had come from the tunnel, so unless he had just gone into the tunnel and gone back the way he came, he potentially went down one of these routes.
It's 4.
Alrighty. You have been through this position before. However, none of the 3 tunnels are the ones you came from. Instead, you actually came from a tunnel that is not present currently here. Which is to say that the tunnel is hidden. And only you know the key to get in and out. Unfortunately, oh my god, what's the word? The flood sealed off the tunnel entranceway. So imagine it's like kind of like a manhole cover. Yeah, the flood sealed off that manhole cover.
That's unfortunate.
You would have dropped into here, but yeah. You can still
Out of
point out where it
curiosity,
is, though.
So they'll have to take a different route, or is it like, or could they like try to finagle and like get in?
well, here's the question is, out of curiosity, when he did come into the tunnel before, where did he come from? Was it something we would want to go and investigate, or was it just he was somewhere and now he went through the tunnel?
His mission has, hold on. Let me pull it up. Because honestly, I can't have all my maps in front of me at any given time because I'm an idiot and don't plan that far ahead.
You're good. My main thought was like, the particular way that's blocked off, is it something interesting, or is it just like another part of town that's not interesting and he just happened to come in that way?
Uh, so the manhole cover is sealed off, and that they went through before, and that's difficult. So, um, could he tell from before, like, which of the other entrances would be like tunnels? I mean, hello.
I think she's looking at the maps.
Ah, okay.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
So apparently I had myself muted.
Oops.
Yeah. What I was trying to say was, where Mysterious Rogue X was going is down one of the 3 passageways that you guys have come upon. The one that's going slightly further down, the ones on the left and right, and it just so happened that where he came in through the manhole, he went down the one that went to the graveyard looking for what he is looking for. So it's just coincidentally, that's just where he popped up. And the manhole is from somewhere within town.
Sorry, you cut off. What was that last bit?
From somewhere within town.
Okay.
So, he is as blind as you guys are going ahead. But he knows what he's looking for.
So we have a bit of a setback. However, mi amigos, we are. I can assure you that this setback will not change. Would he be rolling investigation, perception, or
I'm sorry, what? I didn't hear that last part, that
would
you
he
said.
be rolling would he be rolling investigation or perception to like find a like the right path, the best?
To go to where you're intending on going?
Yep.
That would be, perception.
Perception. Okay.
Yep. It's too dark
Oh,
to
thank
really,
God.
like, investigate.
Oh, thank God he's got proficiency. 16.
16, not bad. You can tell that of the 3 paths, the ones to the left and right are probably going to be going in a direction that will go around where you're looking for. The one that goes straight ahead will get you closer towards the destination, but you can also tell that it's not at the depth that is appropriate for what you're looking for, which is, I'm glad you rolled above a 15.
Okay. So he'll lead them down the arguably better path, and as he does so, he will check for traps because he did that with the previous path, but now this one's new territory.
That is dungeoneering is
It'd be investigation, I think. Yeah.
I missed the
3.
dungeoneering stat, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. It's a 19 investigation, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'll describe what you find. Let me finish typing this out to you. Okay. So you got what I sent you, right?
I did, and he's gonna be like, aha, for a moment, and then for the next second, he's gonna be, uh-oh.
Holy shit! Oh my god. I don't know why that was so funny to me. But yeah. So as you get your you said it was 19 was your detect traps
Yep.
or whatever. Okay.
Or investigation to detect trap. Find traps.
So as you are going down this hallway and helping guide them a little bit, you come across a part where the stone looks just a little bit different. Your instincts inform you that this is probably the location of some kind of trap.
Hold on, friends. Amigos. Give me just a moment. And then he's gonna try and disarm the trap. And I think is that sleight of hand, or is that another investigation?
That'll be sleight of hand.
Thankfully. This is what rogues do.
Roll
Who
well,
cares
my
if they don't
friend.
have trap sense? Let's come on, big money. Natural 20, what the shit?
Okay! Awesome! Let's
So
see.
that total is for
And
28.
what's your AC?
AC is 16.
Alright
28
then.
28 to disarm the trap.
Yeah, okay. So you lean down and you find that this is actually a pressure plate. You're like, oh, thank goodness that you saw it, because as soon as you get close enough to the pressure plate to figure how the mechanism is supposed to work, a a strand of your hair falls down and touches the pressure plate. And it is that sensitive enough that you feel just a whoosh of air over your head as a dart lands into the just sticks into the wall, and you look up, you look down at the pressure plate. Trap's disarmed.
There you go.
DC on that one was 22. Yeah. And it also attack roll for 14 on that dart. So yeah, you really did well with that one.
See, these are the wonders of mysterious roguex. And then he sort of does a backflip into the darkness further forward.
That's beautiful. Okay. So as you all are continuing, and he fixed this one trap for you, because you had the high enough wow, like I am just all over the place. Because you rolled high enough, you also see that there's a second trap coming up ahead. This time it's tripwire.
Do rolling to disarm this one too?
Yeah.
The dice giveth and the dice taketh away. So, while he's doing that, flamboyant backflip, he sees it as he's like midair, and he's like, "No!" And nat one's a
Oh no.
Oh!
It's so he probably lands right on the tripwire.
Oh yeah, you know it. He just bam right through the tripwire. And I will have you guys. And what kind of armor are you wearing?
Studded leather.
Okay. So I'll have you all roll initiative.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Eh, I need this paper.
Wait, so we're rolling initiative?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The dice are loving me tonight.
Is that with your dex bonus?
Yes, I rolled a nat 1.
Wow. Just wow, you poor schmo. Well then, so surprise round for you guys. Yeah, this isn't too hard. Like, I have these encounters for more of you guys, so it's like, oh, I need to change what you're fighting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't want another repeat of the crocodile situation.
No, not the crocodiles.
Or
Anything-
sewer gators or whatever they were.
I think they were like the crocodiles.
Either way.
Okay, now I gotta roll for them. Alright, that's fine. Oh. Well, these monsters fucking suck. So, good thing they've got the surprise round going for them. Let me put you guys in order. Hold on. Yeah, I don't care. Okay. And what's your dex? Oh, never mind. Okay, there you go. That's the order. So, because MRX just fucking waffled that shit.
So, we're having brownouts here.
What is that?
Like, the power flickered.
Oh. Oh no. Do you switch to a phone or something, or?
Yeah, I'll switch to my phone if that happens.
Okay.
Just letting you know if, like, I suddenly disappear or I'm like, hey, I couldn't hear you for a second, that's probably why.
Well, that sucks. Okay. If that happens, that sucks. Okay, so MRX, your AC is 16, you said?
Yep.
Okay. So you feel this tingling and tickling all over your body, and when you get up, something else comes with you. Dozens and dozens and thousands upon spiders are clung to your armor, and even though they try, they cannot just pierce through your armor. However, when you get up and you're starting to brush them off like that, you hear a and you turn around and suddenly there's a giant spider looming overhead, just dripping venom down its pincers, and you are attacked. It lunges forward, and 17 hits, so we don't have to worry about that. And you take 4 damage. And please make a con save.
Con save, incredible. That's not bad actually. 16.
Yeah, you make it. You're fine. You do feel a little sick though. You're just like, oh, that was disgusting. That was gross. So other than that, the giant spider does nothing more to you than nick you and gross you out. Next up on the list is Lucy.
Okay, so as far as I know, there's the one spider that I can see.
Yeah, the one giant spider that you can see.
Okay,
And
I'm
the
gonna.
2 swarms of spiders.
Okay. Oh, they're. Oh, so the other 2 are just the swarms.
Yeah.
How big are the spiders in the swarms? Like, are they like? Can I stomp on?
You can probably stomp on them. There's a lot of them though, so
Just curious. But no, I'll go for the giant spider and stab at it.
okay. Go ahead and roll to hit. All right, you definitely hit the spider.
Okay, give me a sec to roll. Damn it! There you go.
Alrighty. Not bad. Not bad.
Stabby, stabby.
Okay, so next up is Mysterious Rogue X.
Okay, quick question is because of that, is Luciano currently adjacent to the spider?
He would have to, yes.
Yep. So Rogue X is going to
You gonna flank a bit?
he's gonna flank and then try to sneak attack with a his longbow. And that is a 12 plus it's 7, so 19 to hit.
You hit?
Okay, so that's 1d8. 7 plus 2d6. Wait. Yeah, 2d6. 2, 7, so 14 plus 4, 18 points of piercing damage to the spider, and then he's going to move and try to bonus action hide.
Okay. Roll stealth for me.
The stealth is 8 plus 8, so 6.
Okay. So you stab your daggers, you said, or no?
It was the longbow.
Long-
He
long-
shot the longbow.
You fire your longbow, and it just sticks right between the cluster of the spider's legs on its side. Just there's this giant arrow just sticking out of it, and you see some goo coming out the side of it, and it just kind of leans off and falls to the ground. It's not a very strong giant spider, so you killed it with ease. But I need you to roll perception for me as well.
Well, that's not so good. That's an 8.
But when you slide up to the wall to kind of, sneak away, you don't see anything. Yeah. Not bad. Next up on the list is the first swarm of spiders. So the spiders are still by the gianter spider, and the first swarm that struck you, MRX, it decides it would look around, and the closest thing to him then would be Luciano. So these spiders are going over to Luciano, and does 19 hit?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Lucy's having a bad day.
Ooh. 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 Okay, so that just did 15 damage.
Oof.
How bad was it on you?
I am at 14 now.
Okay. Well, that's better.
So not terrible, but not great.
Ouch. So then up next is the dead spider. All right. Dead spider's dead. Moving on, Mercer, it is on you.
Okay, so we have 2 swarms of spiders, right?
Mhm.
And is one like what are they doing right now?
Well, one swarm of spiders just kind of sitting there, because it's not its turn yet, and the other swarm of spiders is on Luciano currently.
Okay. Can I try and set the swarm of spiders that's just sort of sitting on the ground? Can I try and set it on fire with my torch?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Okay. That would be a 10.
Alrighty, you miss. You stick the torch kind of closer to it, and the spiders are like hiss and move out around. Um, so they definitely avoid your torch pokey stuff. Next up on the list. What the shit? My bad. Next up on the list is voice text. The other swarm of spiders, the one that you just tried to poke with a torch. Those didn't like that, so they're actually going to turn around and try to come after you, Mercer. and they
Oh,
got
good.
a 1. I don't know how a swarm's gonna eat itself, but it will. It will. Let's see. Oh. All right. Maximum damage. All right. So it just tried to attack you, but ended up just eating part of itself. So half of the spiders looked at the other half of the spiders, and a turf war was going on in this pile of spiders. And of the spiders that remained, it's less than half of the spiders.
Amazing.
Yeah, those spiders just fucking destroyed each other. I don't understand. They were just like, and just killed each other for the most part. So,
Torchlight sent them into a frenzy.
yeah, they really didn't like that. And I need everyone to roll perception. Yeah, never mind. So next up is Luciano's turn. You currently have a swarm of spiders on you, and another swarm of spiders who are in a Crips versus Blood situation within the square, like right next to you, past those spiders.
Okay. I have 2 ideas. First idea, is there any way I could try to pit these spiders against the other spiders?
You can always try.
Can I use thaumaturgy to like make it sound like the other spiders are trying to start shit?
Sure. Roll a persuasion with a -3 mod. Sorry, -5. Looking at a different sheet.
Okay, hang on. Shit, nope, that's a 5.
Okay, yeah, the spiders are onto your wily shit. Um, they know that those are some fake ass spiders over there. You see, what you did was, instead of making any kind of fake noises that the spiders would be insulting each other's spider mamas, instead you were actually inviting them over to tea, and that just solidified the spider brotherhood between all of the spider friends. So you really didn't do much there.
Well, he doesn't speak spider, so he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, my other idea, also a little unconventional, would be to stop, drop, and roll and try and crush them with my body weight.
Unconventional. You're correct in that. Make a strength check. All right. So you hit. How much do you weigh?
I don't even think I gave him a weight. I guess whatever is like average human male. He's like 6 foot, right? Yeah, so he's like average human male? Question
180,
mark?
190.
Okay.
Something like that.
So then let's say that you did about. All right. Did about 9 damage. Sound okay?
Better than nothing.
It is indeed better than nothing.
Squish, squish, squish.
Okay. Next in line is MRX. Can I get everyone give me a perception, please?
That's better than 19.
All right. So, MRX, what you perceive that you thought was just the drip of maybe some water on the tile or whatever, it's not that. Instead, what you are now beginning to realize is that's not the sound of water, that's the sound of saliva hitting the stone floor. And it's a little louder. It's a little louder than what you thought it was just, 6 seconds ago. And that's because it is coming towards you. What it is, you don't know. But it is coming from the direction that you guys just passed. So at that, little fork in the road type of thing, it's coming from that direction.
Oh no. We need to wrap this up quickly, and then he's gonna head down towards Luciano, who is currently still covered in spiders, I believe.
Yup.
I think I think that sufficiently counts as a flank, so he's gonna take his rapier and try to stab and kind of slap and like prod them off, swarm of spiders sort of thing. A fancy way of saying he's gonna attack and try to get.
Yep, that's fair. Go ahead
Just
and
try
roll to
not
attack.
to. Oh no.
That's a nat 1. No, I'm kidding. It's an 18 plus
Okay, you
7,
hit, don't
so
worry.
25.
Roll for damage.
It's a sneak attack, right? Because they're flanking.
Yeah. I'll give you that one because they're on Luciano, and Luciano has been trying to crush them beneath his body.
At 17 points of piercing damage.
Alright. You manage to smack all the spiders away, and whatever few spiders remain from that swarm just kind of skitter off into the darkness. They do not want to deal with this. They rather survive than get splattered by this mysterious stranger with the rapier.
Come, friend. This is no place to die.
No kidding. He's brushing off, because he still feels like they're crawling on him. He's brushing off his clothes.
Also, something is heading this way. Very quickly, very big.
Alright, let's go in the opposite of direction of that then.
Continue forward then, and I suggest we run.
Oh yes.
It already knows. It already knows we're here. We need to.
Yep, we're booking it.
Okay.
The rogues kind of have an unfair advantage because they can bonus action dash along with action dashing, so they can move 90 feet around.
I think we're technically in between combats though.
Oh,
There's
are we?
still a swarm of spiders alive.
Oh.
Is there? I thought
Yeah.
you said they ran away.
Well, it was just,
in
I guess
that
it was
swarm. In that swarm.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, wait, there was still the other half of Swarm there.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's still
shit.
another half of Swarm that is very angry at Mercer.
Yes.
Okay, then. Well, hopefully let's take care of that and run quickly.
Yeah.
Alright, Mercer, it's your turn.
Oh, see, I think we're just trying to set him on fire again.
Alright, go ahead and roll.
That'd be a 17.
You definitely hit these spiders. And they have... These spiders are weak to fire. So, roll for damage, 1d6. Actually... Yeah, whatever you're gonna hit him, it's just gonna kill him. So... Because they only have 3 health left. What am I doing? So those spiders are dead. Those are some very dead, flaming spiders. In fact, they are so dead that they look like little embers on the ground. You could almost swear that you heard like popcorn. That's how dead these spiders are.
Amazing.
So as far as you guys know, combat has ended, and perception from everyone.
Forgot I'm on push to talk. 5.
All right. Mysterious Rogue X, you notice absolutely bupkis. Um, Same with Luciano, of course. Mercer, you look behind you. At the mention of there might be something behind y'all, and you see a faint bluish glow coming at you guys. Um, and you can hear something skittering on the stone, and the dripping of saliva on the ground coming a little bit louder. And it is approaching at a rather uncomfortably I am entranced by that gif. Anyways, it's coming at an uncomfortably fast pace. One may even say it will be upon you at any moment now.
Okay, so the second that he sees the blue glow, Versus could turn to everybody like, we gotta get the hell out of Dodge right now. Like, this instant, guys, come on. We gotta go.
Okay, now we book it.
Okay, so you guys are just going to fucking run down that place, right?
Yep.
All right.
Indeed.
I need 2 athletics from all of you.
No proficiency in athletics and a -1 to my strength. Sign me the fuck.
Oof.
The dice are being fickle tonight, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna close that one out. So as you guys are running, first it's Mysterious Rogue X. He plants his boot right into some kind of something on the ground, and he loses his footing just a little bit, and lands right on his hands, picks himself back up, and keeps running. Luciano doesn't even nothing phased from what's on the ground. Mercer, you kind of wobble, but you're right back up on your feet. Then Mysterious Rogue X, you're still in something, and when you keep going, you notice that there's another stuff on the ground, and you walk around to avoid it. But in doing so, you trip again and have to catch yourself on the wall. That is when you feel something on your hand, as well as what's on your rest of your clothing. It's a little sticky, and it kind of sticks to your hand a bit. Luciano, again, you managed to get around everything. No big deal. Mercer, you have been notified of what's on the floor by Mysterious Rogue X, but you also trip while trying to get around it and get your hand covered in this sticky substance on the wall. As you guys are approaching the end of the corridor, the dripping sound of saliva on stone is a lot fainter. But con saves from both Mysterious Rogue X and Mercer.
This place is disgusting.
Yeah, a little bit. Just once a piece.
Say again.
Con save.
Con save, that's right.
That's a dirty 20.
Damn, Jesus, it's 21.
All right.
Not
Um, which is fine. The DC wasn't horrible. So, as you guys are reaching towards the end of this passageway and the dripping sounds kind of fade away, when Mercer turns around, that faint blue glow zaps out of existence, essentially, and you can hear like skittering sounds crawling back into the darkness. But your hands and your like body, Mysterious Rogue X and Mercer, you're starting to get like this pringly sensation, and it's almost like your limbs are going numb. But after a little bit of like moving, that feeling goes away.
So, like when you get that stuff at the dentist and then it goes away and it just feels weird.
Mm-hmm. Or like you were just starting to sleep, like your arm is just starting to fall asleep, but you move it around, it's fine. So when you guys reach the end, that's when you see a big heavy iron looking door. Almost like if you were to watch, I don't know, a movie like The Princess Bride or something. That kind of heavy dungeon kind of looking heavy door.
Does it look like it's locked, or does it look like it's just like heavy?
You can investigate.
Okay, investigation.
Or we could just try and open it.
You could do that.
Yeah, try and open it first, then if not, then try and investigate.
Okay, that'll be a strength check because it is very heavy.
That's a good roll, but again, -1, so 18.
Yeah, you can easily open it. It is very heavy though, so while you're doing so, are you trying to be sneaky or just opening it?
Well, are we still being chased?
As far as you know, no.
Oh. Well, then probably be a little more sneaky then.
Okay. Do stealth with that too.
Natural 20, what the fuck?
Alright, so you managed to open it, and nobody would have been any the wiser that it's opened or not, except for the fact that it's going to a musty, nasty, damp tunnel that eventually led to a graveyard. That would be the only key that the door was actually open. But there's golden light, the warmth of a cooking fire, comes through the doorway and illuminates a little ways down the tunnel that you guys are in. Kind of blinds y'all because it's that bright after being alone in the dark so much. You turn around, and that's when you notice the entire hallway was covered in spiderweb.
Ew.
And you can see 8 soft blue eyes just gazing at you in the distance.
Maybe we should close the door behind us.
I agree. Everyone, let's go. And then he kind of just like mushes, like directs people to get in here, like now.
That you guys didn't fight the phase spider is probably a good idea.
And I know you can lock things. You can use these tools to unlock things, but I want to ask: can you use these tools to like relock things? Like, just
Yes, you can.
interesting. He's gonna do that. Just
Well, I was gonna say, isn't there just a lock on the door?
Oh, there probably is, but like he's gonna have to
Like-
make sure it works.
Like, are we on the side with the lock? Can we just fucking lock it?
Oh, thank God.
If you had the
These
key, you
tools.
could lock it. But yeah.
Oh, it's a key door. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I can use cutting action for that. Let's see. I'm just double checking my shit. Okay, so yeah, it's a 9 plus 4 plus 4. Yeah, okay, so that's 17 to try and relock this.
Okay.
And with that, Rogue X is like, we've made it, friends. I must bid you adieu from here, and I'll see you again at some point, which is code for I need to go. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, thanks for saving them from spiders, but this puts us exactly where
Yeah.
I need them to be, so thank you. Everybody give King a very...
Also, I need to step away for just a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Which means I can bring in my other character. And by that I mean I never saved that sheet, apparently. So T, how are you feeling about this?
I'm worried. Like, this. I almost feel the same way about this that I did when I accidentally set myself on fire in a different game.
Beautiful.
I feel like things are going to be very concerning. Oh, she also at the same time. Question. So I'm pretty sure last session I took damage from slipping in the mud. Would
You
like
would have
the
healed
night
that.
rest?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be back at full health.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Except for whatever damage you took, which I don't remember if I gave you any damage.
I don't think I actually took any against the spiders.
No, it was Luciano who did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, this is very interesting. I don't know if you guys would have been able to pull out through the ghost spider, or sorry, the phase spider and the rest of the spiders. I'm so glad I got to use one of my bigger monsters, or at least had the option of using one of my bigger monsters. There's 2 more that I'm very excited to show you guys.
Oh boy.
May or may
See,
not be a good thing.
see, after having played some Only War, whenever someone says, I'm excited to bring out my big bad monster, I get terrified.
I mean,
Because you see, in Only War, there's a big bad monster alien thing called the Gene Stealer, and it can attack you 4 times.
oof.
And it has, like, 6 armor penetration. So you're basically screwed if it hits you.
Oof.
So I live in fear now.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I wouldn't do anything that would kill you in the first couple sessions.
I appreciate that.
And like I was saying, I intended to have a bigger party than just 3 people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
So, does Maya have any healing spells?
She's a warlock, so no.
Lovely.
For all intents and purposes, she is going to look around where everyone is, and I'm not even going to pretend to attempt to
Yeah, don't worry about the
Yeah.
voice.
So, let me describe what you guys walked into. You walked into a big, warm lit place, and you would recognize it as maybe like a hearth, like a big fireplace, a cooking fire. There's some kitchen stuff all around. Very, very nice, warm, cozy servants' quarters type living area. It is definitely underground. You would imagine that it might be some kind of like a basement area or like a cellar type of area that was redone so that the servants of the manor can live on the property without having to travel back and forth within the town greater and the manor. Because from the way that the stone and everything looks, you are indeed in the Humboldt Manor. There is no one around you, but what you can see, besides the roaring fire, there is a small hunched figure rifling through what you would assume is a trunk of things, beside which there is a table with a very meager meal set out for it, which is just some bread, a small hunk of meat, a couple of vegetables, and a bowl of sunflower seeds. And this figure is rifling through this little trunk.
So we should probably try and stay hidden from this figure. I'm interesting.
Is it who you think it is? Who is it you think it is?
Well, they got a bowl of sunflower seeds, and they're small, so I'm taking a wild guess that it might be a little bird friend.
Could be. Do you guys sneak around your bird friend?
I think we should stay hidden, because we don't know who it is yet.
Fair enough.
Okay. So, other than the door that MRX locked behind you guys, the only way out is a doorway that is beyond this figure. So, are you guys going to be sneaking by the fire or by the figure? Because if you're going by the fire, that's at disadvantage. If you're going by the figure, I hope you roll high enough.
I mean, what do you think? What's your opinion, Luciano?
I mean, it might be best to try and stay away from the figure. It's a risk, but then again, if we go right behind the figure, whoever it is might notice us more easily.
All right. So we'll be sneaking past the fire then?
At disadvantage.
See, that disadvantage is mean because my other roll is a nat 20.
Oof.
Oh no!
Well, good news and bad news.
Bad news first.
It's not as bad as it could have been. But the figure turns around at seeing a shadow across the wall move. It pops its head out of the trunk, and you can see the feathers on its head lift up a little bit. And it jumps, and it flips around, and just the sheer shock in its eyes turns to relief because Dusk is so happy to see a friend. So the good news is it's Dusk. The good news is it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but you were spotted.
Oh,
So
hello. We seem to have gotten a bit lost.
seem to gotten a bit lost, and it looks down at itself and kind of preens a little bit of its feathers on its arms. Essentially, he's like, I have gotten lost too.
Ah. What do you... Why... I guess, Luciana's gonna ask, why are you in a place that's so dangerous?
Dusk tilts head to the side. Place so dangerous?
I don't suppose you've been that way, he points to the door that they came in from.
Dusk shakes his head no, and then points off to the doors that you guys were trying to, sneakily get to, but failed miserably.
Right. Well, don't I don't go through that door. It's not worth it.
Unless you like getting yourself covered in spiders.
At the mention of spiders, Dusk looks at the food that he was previously eating before he decided he would go rifle through some stuff because probably found a shiny or two. Looks at that, looks at the door, looks at the food, looks at the door. Spiders? Spiders. He's very sad that he didn't get to eat any spiders.
I don't think you'd want those spiders. There's some rather large and unsavory looking ones.
Yeah, I don't think they would have been a very tasty meal, to be honest.
I'm sure you get plenty of common spiders in such a place, underground and all.
Large spiders. Unsavory spiders. He just kind of pouts. And he goes, gets his little bowl of sunflower seeds and just kind of takes it with him and is waiting expectantly by the door with you guys. Got lost.
So, I suppose perhaps you could show us the way out of here then?
Um, Dusk kind of just hops, um, and then brings one taloned finger to his beak, and he kind of hisses. That's as best as he can do for a shushing sound, being that he has no lips.
That's adorable.
He's just like, so can't really do much without lips. And he gets towards the door, and he opens the door. Barely. He barely opens the door, but he was very quiet about it. He's a very, very tiny little thing. Okay? Not very strong. And he still has his bowl of sunflower seeds. So he's looking out, and as he's kind of dipping his little head out, a little bit of his sunflower seeds fell. And he closes the door and looks back at you guys. And does that hushing noise again. Opens it, and he slinks out.
We follow, but stealthily.
Stealth checks.
Fuck. Not gonna lie, that was a nat 1.
Wow.
Holy fucking shit.
So
Rip.
Mercer follows after Dusk. For all intents and purposes, Maya is sitting back and guarding the door. The spooky, scary spider door. To make sure nothing follows you guys.
Fair.
Now, for those that are listening to the video, they can hear me roll some of my rolls sometimes because some of my dice are bigger than the others. They heard me roll 4 times when you guys were stealthing. Remember when I said it wasn't as bad as it could have been?
Now it is.
Now it is. So as Dusk slinks away into the quote-unquote night, if you will, you see that the door actually opens to the side of the house, the side of the manor. Actually, right towards the back, where it is assumed that the servants' quarters are. Next door is a big, kind of barracks, I want to say, because I don't know how to describe it, but it's the house for the servants' houses, but they all kind of sleep in the same area. Well, he slinks out and manages to hide easily under the shadows cast by the eave of this building. Mercer follows, and does a pretty good job of it too, even though he's a lot bigger than Dusk. And poor Luciano walks right out there and slams the door shut behind him, completely forgetting that this was a stealth mission. And perception, you two. Eesh. Okay, not bad.
Well, that's a nat 1.
Oof. Okay, so nothing. Mercer sees nothing. So Mercer sees nothing, and Dusk, upon hearing that horrible, horrible thing, shut, the door shut, turns around and just kind of glares at Luciano. And Dusk just holds up his sunflower seeds, like, don't make any noises kind of thing. He's like, don't make any noises. I have sunflower seeds. But then the feathers on the back of his head raise up against, and he turns around. At that point, Luciano, you follow his look off to the side. Now, imagine so the Humboldt Manor, the whole grounds are like I mentioned, the first time, wait, 2 sessions before this one, but essentially the house is within this big kind of guarded maze of shrubberies and everything, so it's a little secluded within all of this all this brush and stuff. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So
Mhm.
his little birdie face flips over to around where the front of the mansion would be. And he kind of just like leans out a little bit, trying not to leave his the comfort of the hiding position he had, even though it doesn't matter anymore. You guys aren't hidden. And his eyes go wide. Luciano, you see this. Mercer, you're just fucking distracted. You're like, oh my god, that was such a loud bang. But Luciano, you follow Dusk's eyes and see 3 men walk around the side of the mansion, kind of not running at you, but coming fairly fast, trying to see what that sound was. So they're trying to look for what that sound was. You guys have about 15 seconds to hide, if you even want to.
Okay, I think I do want to hide and just sort of like try and listen for what these guys are saying, if they're saying anything to each other.
Yeah, alright, let's try and hide.
Okay, that's a stealth. Oh, yeah, Dusk just fucking disappears and you have no idea where the fuck he went.
Oh, that's a 6. Fickle dice are fickle.
Indeed. So, Mercer, you flip around the side of like the building, and your prerogative is you're going to try to like peekaboo around the corner. Luciano, I expect you try doing the same thing. However, because you're a little more lithe than Mercer is, you do it more successfully. You don't stumble as bad. It was very sudden. You also had a little bit of more of a heads up. So you managed to slip behind a little bit better than Mercer is, and you both poke your heads out, trying to look at who these people coming around the corner are. And oof. These 3 people are fucking blind. So these 3 blind fucks walk over to where you guys are, and of course Dusk is nowhere to be seen. You guys wondered if, the little bird just took off, but then these 3 gentlemen come by. They're wearing nicer looking attire, but you can tell from the swords at their side that these are probably guards. Their like nicer clothes are a little bit bulkier than what nicer clothes would sit on, so you assume there's armor under there. And, the swords definitely gave it away. And they're looking around and they don't see you guys, but you can see them. So I don't know what you guys want to do from there.
I think it would be best, since we are hidden, to just survey the situation for the time being.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, so you guys are just going to watch them. The three men look around just kind of cursory. They look in the direction that you guys had exited the building from. They didn't see anything strange. No real reason. Kind of like walk closer. Still don't see you. Turn around and walk away. All the while, you see one of them is a little bit bigger than the other, like a little bit more built, and he's got like a little bit more gilding on his sword sheath. He just looks like he's the guy in charge. He looks towards the other two. And you said it was coming through here? Well, yeah, we heard the noise coming through here. Yeah, we did. I guess it's not here. Well, of course they're not here. Why would you think there's anyone here? The servants are all inside. Maybe it was just the wind or something. Yeah, it might be the wind. Well, yeah, it might be the wind. You lugheads, don't bother me anymore. And he splits off from the group to go back around to where the front of the building would be. And the other two just kind of like slap each other, being like, don't bother the guard captain. What are you doing? And go and continue a patrol route, which you are assuming that's what they're walking, around the other side of the building. At that point, Dusk is apparently standing behind you both and grabs onto Luciano's sleeve and just kind of pulls on it and holds up the sunflower seed bowl. And he's just eating the sunflower seeds. Don't bother. Don't bother.
Right. If you could continue showing us the way out, that would be appreciated, he says very quietly.
The little Kenku nods. And he's still eating his sunflower seeds, and he's like offering the seeds between you two.
Oh, no thank you.
I think I'll take one, just to have something to chew on slightly.
Okay, so you now have some sunflower seeds. Dusk makes his way and expects you both to follow him around the side of the mansion. Now, from where you guys and where the servants area would be is behind it, and maybe more to the left side, the western side. So it's behind the mansion and a little bit towards the west. So Dusk makes his way past past the servants area and is making his way around towards the front of the mansion, where I need you guys to roll perception. Yeesh.
That would be a dirty one.
A dirty 1?
Yep.
And that's a 3.
As in, I rolled a 2 and my perception is -1.
Actually trying to figure out how I can say you guys see nothing without saying you guys see nothing.
We just
I
got
mean-
a pair of blind bandit bros here.
They really are.
So yeah, we see nothing.
But you see nothing. Dusk is a little annoyed that he has to babysit you two. And is trying to drag you guys along towards the front, where you guys get about halfway through. And that is when something kind of tickles the back of your minds. Oh yeah, what about Maya? Maya is not with you. She's been sitting in the servants' areas guarding that stupid little spider hole. That is when all hell breaks loose. Because you can suddenly hear a very feminine scream coming off back behind you guys. Dusk is alarmed, to say the least. He squawks and throws his sunflower seeds up in the air. He jumps and sunflower seeds are gone. It's very sad.
Very sad. I suppose we better go check that out.
Yeah, might be a bit of a good plan to get at this point.
Yes, let's.
As you guys are running back, are you running or walking?
We'll fast walk. Kind of trot.
Power walk with intent.
Okay, you intently power walk back to where you are to see that the two patrolling guards are hauling away this albino tiefling woman who is shouting French obscenities at them.
Excuse me, sirs.
As they are leading her away, one of them just stops, like, "Oi, oi! What do you think you're doing here?"
I'm so sorry. But you see, me and my friend here, and my other friend who you seem to have in your custody, we were. Well, to be fair, we got lost.
You got lost, eh? You got lost? You know where you are?
No, I'm afraid not.
This is the Humboldt Manor. How did you get back here? And you, Dusk, what are you doing back here? And the bird just kind of like looks away, like, "Oh, am I here now? Oh yeah, I am here." And the guard points at Dusk again, and Dusk has to like sadly walk forward. "You with them?" The Dusk nods. "Why are they back here with you? Why are you back out here? The missus inside. What is going on here? And
If I could explain.
well,
let's just take a breath, gentlemen. Let's calm down here. We can explain this to you if you give us a moment.
all right. Put the lady down. Go ahead and talk.
Like I said, we were lost, and this friendly person here, he points to Dusk, was just about to show us the way out, but it seems that our friend got separated from us. If you wouldn't mind returning her to us, we'll be on our way. So sorry to be.
You got separated, huh? Sure. And with this separation, might include why you would be chilling about out here. Dusk knows he's not supposed to be out here, so.
I'm so sorry, that is our fault. He was showing us the way out and trying to help us find our other friend.
Oh, right. Go ahead and roll persuasion, please. Doesn't matter. See, I don't believe any bit of you that. My natural
Wait, did
20
you want me to
says
roll
so.
or not? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, never mind. You rolled a nat 20. I'm not even gonna let you continue with that thought. Yeah. I don't even want to hear it. This is just a bunch of hogwash. You've been sneaking around out here, and Dusk don't you say anything about it. I'll have a bit with your mistress, I will. Alright, you two. Come on. Come along. And the guards lead Maya, you two, and Dusk, a very, upset Dusk, out towards the front of the mansion.
Can I just, attempt to gently pat Dusk on the head in an offer of comfort?
You
Or,
may.
apology?
You may. He does a little, sad trill at you. It's okay kind of thing. He's like, I know I'm gonna get in trouble. I got lost too. So, that is where you are met by the, not only was it looked like the leader of those two guards, but a very nonplussed looking, Lord Adello. He's dressed up in this glistening silver plate armor with, enameled, angel wings on the breastplate. And, he has one ivory, big cloak just draped over one arm instead of how it would be behind your back. It starts from one arm or one shoulder to the other. And he has a sword in his on his side, and he has his arm on that sword. Well, what is this? What's going on here?
Ah, Lord Adello, what a pleasure it is to see you again, though I'm afraid, I must apologize for the circumstances. My friends and I got a bit lost and got turned around and ended up in your backyard somehow. And we were just explaining that we just needed to be pointed towards the exit.
Yeah, they ended up by the servant's house, my lord. I see. That's quite a ways to be out and about. I don't exactly think you might be here for savory business if you're all the way back here. Tell me, why exactly are you here?
You see, we met this rather interesting fellow, possibly mercenary type in town. He'd said that there was some sort of strange tunnel, and well, being the sort of adventurers that we are, we said, well, that sounds like something worth investigating. And well, he led us down said tunnel, which put us in your backyard, and then he ditched us.
Once again, we're terribly sorry for the inconvenience.
Just kind of his face is decently unreadable. Because you have to understand what you're saying is not logical. So, pardon me if I'm understanding this wrong, but you encountered a very mysterious man who may or may not be a bandit for hire, who had informed you that there was a mysterious tunnel in a town that you have no business being in. You have decided to follow him, which ended up in my property, under
I never said we were
auspicious
smart.
meanings. I don't want to hear a minute of it, young man. And he,
I mean, we can show you the door if you'd like to see it.
he shoots you a look. He looks between the guard and you and the guard. Seems we might have some work to do, gentlemen. If what you say is correct and true, and you cannot produce this mysterious man who just left you after coming through a mysterious tunnel on my property, the foundation of this town was built upon this very property. And you have proof of the fact that this secret tunnel is here, and you're not just trying to take advantage of our hospitality? Then
I
lead
assure you, my lord, that is the last thing we intend to do.
You'd best hope it is. Sorry, hold on. You best hope it is. Dusk! Scraw? I'm disappointed. Scraw? Are you with them?
Please. No. You misunderstand. He was just trying to help us find our way out. He's not involved at all. Just happened to be a bystander.
Dusk is just like nodding his head furiously. The guard is giving both him and you a very snide look, like, hey. But Agello is not very happy. So he just brushes his cloak off of his shoulder and hands it to the guard captain. And he steps up to you, Luciano, and how tall are you?
Like 6 foot.
Okay, he's still a little bit taller than that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He's, like, really tall. A remarkably imposing man, is what I wrote down here, which doesn't help. Anyways, so he looks down at you. Very well. Because my dear friend here has only been trying to help you, I will listen. Guardsmen, leave us and help that poor woman to some tea. Lady Maya, was it? Yes, that is my name. Forgive our rough handling, if you will. My men here will treat you a lot better. Now, Luciano, was it? Lead
Yes,
away.
yes. Of course, sir. And again, I am very, very sorry. We really did not intend to trespass. Here, I'll show you. And he leads him to the door.
Okay, so Dusk, Lord Adello, Mercer, and Luciano return to the spider door, and he just looks at you, Luciano, like, you really brought me this way for a door? Like, this is some bullshit right over here. And Dusk just kind of shrugs, like he doesn't know what's going on. He was just here, kind of just rifling through shit because he's a Kenku. That's what he does.
Yes, our unfortunate companion that ran off locked the door, but if you unlock it and go through, there is a tunnel there that leads to a few different places, and I would be careful though. There seems to be some rather nasty spiders there.
Well, of course there's spiders. Have you seen the wonder of our gardens here?
Yes, they're very lovely. Just being polite, as you will. Uh, when there's such a unfortunate thing as, well, those rather large spiders, it helps to be careful. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you, my lord.
That's quite nice of you. So be it. Can I get... Actually, are you guys watching him?
Yeah, there's not much else to do.
Okay. Roll a
Yeah,
perception.
I'd be watching him.
Don't know why I even bother.
Okay. So, you don't see anything, Luciano. But,
He
Mercer...
never does.
No, he really doesn't. But Mercer can see, hold on, now I have to fucking... It was right in front of me. Where the fuck is it? Where's my spell? I really don't like this sometimes. D&D Beyond can fuck around with your spells a little bit, and I'm not a fan of it. Here it is.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little finicky, it seems.
Yeah. So, Mercer, you see him, like, touch the door, and as if he were, like, looking at the door, but then you see his thumb, twist behind his hand, and, like, flicks back out, and he pulls his hand away. When he does that, he was obviously trying to hide what he left on the door, but there is a smear of blood.
Okay, I'm not going to mention anything, just not say a word.
Okay. He turns away from the door to walk around with just a fleur of his cloak that definitely didn't help anybody watching him type of thing. So it was kind of distracting. And he just kind of looks down at Dusk, who's doing that dog thing where they try to look anywhere but at the person who's looking at him. You know what I'm talking about there? It's like, did you do this?
Yeah.
And the dog is
Yeah.
looking literally anywhere but that person.
The guilt look.
Yes. And Adello just points over to the half-eaten plate of food and what's obviously a trunk of somebody's things that were just jostled around with. Dusk, need I tell Miss Petunia about what you were doing here? Need tell? Scraw?
Poor thing.
He just gives, just a disappointed look at Dusk. And Dusk kind of looks down. Need tell? Scraw? No, I will not tell her. Just don't let it happen again. And you too. He just looks down at the door, looks between the two of you. If I were you, I would not make it a habit of following strange men down strange tunnels onto the property, the very secretive property of the Lord Estate.
Yes, of course, my lord. Again, deepest apologies. We really were bamboozled by this man, and we shall stay clear of him in the future. Thank you so much for your understanding.
Of course. Don't let this happen again.
Of course, of course.
Come along. And you can tell that he's just a little upset. You can't tell from his entire expression because he was going to do something. You guys have told him of something he really very much did not know of, that you can tell. And he's upset at this whole thing. Like, what is going on in his fucking town? Like, random stranger people show up. Now there's another random stranger he doesn't know about showed up. There's some tunnels leading to his property. Just it's a whole mess. So he leads all three of you out to the front.
And Luciano will say, and my lord, if I may suggest, it seems there are a few entrances to that tunnel that we showed you. I would recommend highly that you perhaps look into a secure way of sealing that off to prevent malicious trespassers.
Yes, that is for the best. And as reparations, let's say, for your intrusion upon mine and the rest of my estate's privacy, you will be the one leading me to rectify this situation.
Of course, anything I can do to help.
Yes, anything you can do. He is very upset, like silently upset from what you can tell.
Luciano's gonna tell him about the entrance that's in the graveyard.
Oh, you're gonna tell him about that. Okay.
Yes, I am gonna tell him because he already knows about the tunnel. I may as well tell him where one of the things leads to.
Okay. So,
Because at least perhaps I can gain some favor from that.
he's going to look very, very pleased that you will bring him this information and roll insight.
Both or just one of us?
You can both do it, but he's talking to Luciano first, so. Okay, so
Not so good.
you can't judge much by his expression, Luciano, but he is probably angry. Definitely upset. And a little surprised that this would be there. Given that you did not inspect the mausoleum very well before headed out, you really can't tell him much about which one it is, so he's kind of confused about that.
Wait, no, I thought we knew which one it was.
I mean, like, which one it was. Like, the name of the person who it belongs to.
Oh, well, but we could say it was like the third one from the left or whatever the heck it was.
Yeah, that's why he's like, I don't really know which one that is, but okay, sure.
And we can also describe the statue or whatever. You know, the one with the statue, blah blah blah.
Yeah. But the point is, like, you told him most about it, but there's
Like
not,
approximately.
yeah, not specifically enough for him to know exactly what you were talking about.
If you would like, we could show you, but if not, then I'm glad we could help at least a little.
He just kind of like kind of does the single nod thing of acceptance, you know. And Mercer, while all this is going on, you realize that he actually is not emoting very much, that you would expect from someone who would have been surprised this happened on their property, considering how long ago this property was built and how nicely kept that tunnel is. So you're not exactly suspicious, but it's strange that he is so non-phased or about this whole thing. Unfazed. Unfazed is the word, not non-phased. Also another insight check from you, please.
Both?
No, Mercer.
Okay. That is a 22. A
Oh,
nat
okay.
20.
I will tell you what you found out just now. This is a little bit long considering it was a nat 20 to make the 22. So I'm sorry for the silence.
All good.
Okay. Is that enough for you? You think, T?
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Okay. As long as you understand what I was saying there, kinda.
I think I've got an idea.
Okay. Okay. So he is, still a little upset. He brings you out to the front where you notice that there was a team of horses already prepared. The horse in the lead is a very large black horse with, like, white, white fur on its legs and a white muzzle. Mercer, I need you to roll a perception. And it has this ivory barding on it, or it looks ivory, the color. Never mind, Mercer. Never mind. So it's got this ivory barding with the it looks like wings kind of emblazoned into the side of the shoulder parts. And there's a couple other horses with other guardsmen on them waiting by this horse. And Lord Adello waves off to two of the guards who comes trot over, and one of them gets off of his horse and salutes. My lord, it seems we have a bit of a security breach, and our wonderful guests here have informed me of where they might be. I want you and your men here to fix these holes in our security. As my security force, I believe that is only good and proper of you. And the guard is like very, very professional, but you can see in his eyes there is a look of utter terror. He salutes and gets back up on his horse. You heard the Lord! We need to fix these holes in the security and rectify what problems have been made against the Lord. And see to it that the lady is protected at all cost. And like a whole group of them go out. Adello puts his hand on his horse, just on the side of it, and you can tell he's very upset. I was going to go out and secure the grounds of the city, of my town, of my birthright. And now it has come to be that there are tunnels leading into my estate. And he just has to calm himself a bit. And he looks back at the two. I thank you for your assistance in the matter.
Of course, my lord. So sorry to interrupt your day. Do let us know if there's anything else we can do to help you.
Of course! You can do one big favor, if you will. As my men are out and rectifying their oversight, I would ask that you stay here and be sure to keep the lady and the lass safe while they're out. As you are the one who have brought this to my attention, Luciano, you will also be taking care of my other guest. And he just looks down at Ozzy, who is kind of just scratching in the dirt at this point, trying desperately not to look up. Dusk, we have discussed how you're not supposed to be out away from Miss Petunia when not on leave. Discussed, not on leave. Scraw. That's what I thought. Don't let him out of your sight, please. And at that point, Lord Adello gets up on his horse and clicks his tongue, and the horse, just bolts. He's gone. And you guys realize that this horse is so well trained that it makes no sound on the cobblestone. As the horse leaves, you can see off in the distance the gates to the manor open and then close again. And now it's just you two and Dusk standing there.
Well, it seems that we've found a way to spend the day. Shall we?
Yeah. Guarding the manor is definitely better than sitting in jail.
I find it best to be friendly when we can.
And you probably get to do most of the talking. Back home, being friendly got you a knife in the ribs.
That is unfortunate. Well, alright, let's get to it then.
After you.
So we go and we guard the manor.
Oh, you guys are just gonna stand there and guard it from there?
Well, no, we're gonna, patrol or whatever it is that he would want us to do.
Okay, so you're gonna just
Probably
walk around
go in
and
and talk first, right? Go in and inform what's going on, maybe, or would we just stay outside?
Oh yeah, we can go ahead and, at least get a hold of Jeeves, who I don't think we gave a name. Get a hold of Jeeves and let him know what.
Okay. You guys, walk up into the house proper. And sure enough, the major domo of the house, whose name was not given, apparently. I don't fucking remember what it is. I didn't write it down. So
We've just been calling him Jeeves, I think.
alright, Jeeves. So Major Domo Jeeves comes forward to greet you three. Oh yes, Master Dusk. Oh, how wonderful is it to see you again. Is the missus with you? And Dusk again kind of like looks off to the side. Ah, I see. From that from that response, I take it no, you're off on one of your day trips again. How quaint. And for you, sirs, how may I assist you?
Well, it seems that there has been an issue with security. The Lord of the Manor has gone off to see to this issue and has asked us, while he and his men are out, to help with the protection of the manor. So we wanted to let you know that we are going to be here to help out with security and such. And Little Dusk here is going to be accompanying us.
Wonderful. How wonderful. He's very nonplussed. He doesn't like people in general.
We shall do our best to see that you are not bothered, but should you need us for anything, don't hesitate to ask.
Of course not. I wouldn't dream of it. So he pretty much just leaves you guys alone. He wants nothing more to do with the nuisances that you guys are, and escorts you to the dining room that you guys had your wonderful dinner lunch in. And he just kind of leaves you guys there. You can feel that it's one of those passive aggressive, I'm going to keep you in this one position because quite frankly you're annoying to me type of power plays.
Well, we are. Well, does he leave as if he's going to go and do something and then come back, or is he just like, go ahead and do your.
He just kind of like escorts you in there and just leaves.
Well, we're gonna do our job then, and we're gonna patrol.
Okay. Is there a is there a way you want to go about this?
I think just casually strolling around the. Well, we'll start with the inside since he let us inside, and we'll just, check every room and make sure everything is okay, and sort of keep an eye on things while we're doing that.
Give a look-see out the windows, see if there's anybody approaching, that sort of thing.
Okay. So, I have brought up from the reference information the map of the first floor. So, you guys are in the dining room on that first floor. What direction from here do you want to go?
I don't think it much matters. I think just in a circle one way or the other, checking each room, just, looking out the windows, and checking and basically forming a patrol. Doesn't matter which direction, just like a circuit of the rooms or whatever.
And we could go in opposite directions and just meet in the middle.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, does anybody want to hold Dusk's hand?
I'll hold Dusk's hand.
Okay. So he's gonna go with you.
Yay!
Let's see. We'll say since you guys are starting off in that dining room, all of you check the windows to the dining room. Mercer, you find that they are still unlocked and easily pried open. Nobody has fixed that. Next, I'm assuming that you guys would go into the main part of the building. Am I correct to assume that?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. And just go throughout the different rooms. Let's see. Alright. I really do hate this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So, as you guys are going around, you go to the lounge area. There's nothing really going on. You just see that there's a piano in the middle of the room. Some bookcases on the sides, as well as a trunk. And a big, like, long window. Then you go into the billiard room. It's a very nice looking room. There's a comfortable chair off in the corner. Tall bookshelves. There's even like a trophy case and a desk. Nothing out of place there. The bathroom is very nice. It's a very nice bathroom. But it's other than that, it's fine. Then you guys go through the kitchen from the dining room. And there's nothing going on in the kitchen. Nobody's using it. It's one of those really big kitchens, too. Because they have to serve food for everyone. But yeah, nobody's in the kitchen. You go to the back room of the kitchen, and there's nothing in there either. Then you guys will make your rounds upstairs. Next one. Where you go into start with the office, all the way at the back. In the office, there's nothing really going on. There's a couple of books and papers open on the office desk. It just so happens that Lord Adello was working on something and didn't put everything away.
Perhaps we could spare it.
So that would be perception to look at the thing. What he's got open.
If Luciana wants to look through it a bit more thoroughly, I can keep going on the patrol with Dusk.
Oh no, he not thoroughly, just a quick glance, just to kind of see. Well, for now, just a quick glance, just to see what sort of business is involved.
Okay.
Like as we're going through the room, oh hey, there's papers. What's on the papers?
Okay, I got you.
Okay. So you notice that he has a couple of older maps open. And it's not so much that these are old maps, these are just the maps that he happens to have pulled out at the time. Not a lot of things have changed. They're maps of the surrounding areas, and he also has a journal that seemed to have been kept up through the years, remarking about what you can kind of assume from his writing. What languages do you know?
One second. Common, Infernal, and Thieves' Cant.
I know just common.
Alrighty. From what you can tell, it's written in a language you are not familiar with. But it does seem to be a list of something that has been just record kept. Over the years, several years actually, maybe even a couple generations. That's how long it's been, and getting closer to the current era, um, the incidences are a lot more condensed. There are some cross-referencing to the maps he has pulled out, and there is also references to things that are not currently on the map he has out. Probably something that was there and is no longer there from back in the day. Other than that, that's all you can tell at a cursory glance at kind of what he was doing there. Um, the next room on the list is the bathroom. It's a very nice bathroom. It's still got a bath in it. There's a room for it. There's a toilet and a sink and a very nice mirror. It's really nice. Next room you guys come across is the bedroom, and when you try to go for the door, it is locked.
Well, I assume that the lady might be there. So, we'll just keep going on our patrol. We'll leave it for now.
Okay. The next room is the master bedroom, which is also locked. And the last room you are able to get into that you know is there is the storage with the, ladder that goes downwards.
Mercer, I'm going to take our little friend here and do another quick sweep. Could you do me a favor and more thoroughly check this particular area?
It might be better if you do it. Just because, well, okay, this is going to be out of character. It was really dark in there, wasn't it?
Yes.
Down the ladder? Yeah.
Very well.
And with that, I'm just going to lead Dusk on as we continue to just sort of walk around the house and look out the windows, just make sure no one weird is joining up, like coming up the path or something.
Keep an eye on things. Give me a holler if you need me, but I shouldn't take too long.
Will do.
Okay. So from here, we're going to split. I will come back to Dusk and Mercer in just a bit, but we're going to be following Luciano first. The storage room is, a storage room. It's Same as it was. Got some janitor's stuff in it. It is a regular supply closet.
I want to check out that the hidden room or whatever that's in here.
Okay. So you go down, and it is very, very dark because there's no real windows. There's no real windows. There's no real anything that are on. Like you're gonna have to light a candle or something. Otherwise, it's completely pitch dark in there.
Okay, I'm gonna use um I'm gonna use one of my torches, but I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to dim it so that it's not like super bright.
Okay. So doing that, there's like a table with a couple chairs just kind of tucked in. Um, ugh, shit. I don't want to do this, but I'm feeling really sick right now. Um, I'm getting like saliva. I think I'm gonna puke real quick, so I'm gonna just
Yep, go ahead.
yeah.
Go do what you need to do. I'm actually gonna go run and ditch some dishes, so I'll be back in just a second.
I'll probably do the same.
Now, I'm sorry about that.
You good?
No worries.
Alright, was there any,
You okay?
my stomach's upset.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's my medication. It occasionally makes me want to, like, regurgitate everything I had for the last, 2 hours. So, it's a thing that happens.
I've had medicine like that before.
It is cruel and unusual punishment that one must take this medication to function appropriately.
Yeah.
So, where was I? Right, so, it's just a dark room. You can tell that people wouldn't be going to this room without, some kind of light on them.
I actually used a torch and then dimmed it a little bit.
Right, okay. Yeah. Then you have a light, and it's a dim light. There is a table at the center with several chairs that were kind of tucked in. Nobody's been sitting at that table. There is a room connected to it with a bunch of beds. Like the door is open to that room, and there's a bunch of beds and some trunks, which you can assume would be the on-site servants area. Kind of like we need to stay overnight and can't go back to the big building. We're gonna just stay over here, type of thing. And there is a door going into the bathroom from one side. If you want to look for anything else, you would have to investigate from here. Otherwise,
I
that's
will
all
do that.
Okay. Are you going to be doing it in the room with the beds and the trunks, or are you going to be doing it in the main room? Are you going to go back to the bathroom?
I would say the main room first, and then the room with the beds.
Okay, investigation. Nice. Okay, you can tell this actually connects to the break room of the kitchen. And it pretty much has nothing in it that would be of any use to you or any kind of security risk. Mostly it's got here a small cabinet with different games, Scrabble, Monopoly, 2 decks of playing cards, and a set of dice. So that's their game cabinet or whatever for when they're not working. There's some utensils that seem to be used for personal, food, so they don't have to use some of the extra fine dining ware. And off in the corner, if you were looking at it face down, top down, then it would be the top right hand corner. There seems to be an indentation in the wall.
Interesting. Is there anything like other specific about that indentation?
You can go over and investigate it again.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. It's another rule.
Yes, the monopoly is a security hazard.
I mean, it kind of is. You don't want your people to be fighting amongst themselves. But looking at the indentation, you realize that that is not an indentation, but actually a handhold for a door. It is a door that blends in very well with the stone wall. And you can tell that it is a secret door that isn't exactly the most secret thing on Earth.
Okay, first I'm gonna go to the Monopoly box and steal one of the pieces out of it, and then I'm gonna go through that.
So you stole the car. So you now have a little.
Wait, there are no cars, are there?
Yeah, there's a car.
No, I meant in this world.
Oh. Yes, there are cars. Just not the kind of car you and I would think of a car.
Okay.
It's Magitech.
Okay, magic cars.
Yeah.
So I stole the car.
Okay. It's like, you know how there's, like, those big steam-powered Zeppelins and shit like that? And, like, trains and shit? Like, those are a thing that just happen to exist? Yeah, well, so, Magitech cars.
Okay.
Like, Wild Wild West kind of Magitech car type of thing. And I'm referring to the shitty movie with Will Smith in it. But yeah, so you open it up, and it is just a bare room with what looks like a spiral stairwell. And this one... The spiral stairwell... I can't read my own fucking handwriting sometimes, so give me just a second figuring out which direction this fucking staircase goes.
Okay.
This one goes both up and down.
Interesting. Let's go up first.
Okay. So you go upstairs, and you're traveling up a fair bit away until you reach a door, which you would not have surmised a door to be here, judging by how you walked into the storage room and went down. So, like, originally went into the storage room down, and then you went, like, north and went up a stairwell. It doesn't make sense in your mind. And
Gotcha.
sure enough, you keep going, and you might have skipped a floor for all you know. And you wind up by a very nice door.
Let's go in the door.
Okay. It is locked. The door is locked.
Then I'm gonna pick the lock.
You have thieves' tools, right?
Correct?
Sleight of hand. Let's go. You pick the lock with relative ease, and when you open it up, I am now trying to upload it to the reference page. But when you go up in there, it is an attic. Did I put this page, like... And essentially what you see is a whole bunch of nothing. It is your typical attic, on the same side of the wall. You would have entered on the right side, by the way, on this map in the reference items. Along that wall, there are 3 boxes, or trunks, if you will. On the opposite wall, there are 2, like, it looks like big suits of armor. Think of like Scooby-Doo, how they have those suits of armor just kind of sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 of those with boxes in front of them. And what you could see from outside, that there would have been like kind of like a tower on the top of the manor. That there's a door leading to what you would surmise is that part of the roof. It's not the top part of the roof, it's the attic. I should correct myself.
Interesting.
I
guess I'll take a quick peek in the boxes real quick.
Okay, on your side or the opposing side?
Oh, both. I just was gonna just go take a look, see if there's anything in them.
Okay, so lucky you. The ones closest to you. I don't have the fucking sheet for it. You can practically hear me ruffling my papers when you listen to these fucking things back. It's great. Just me having a great ass fucking time looking through this shit. Fuck. I know I wrote
And
down.
inside that box
here.
is a box, and
There's
I'm gonna look
another
through
box.
that box. And then you gotta rifle through another 10 pages to find that other box.
Yeah, no fucking kidding. Okay, so 2 of the 3 are locked. The 2 on the outside. So there's one close to you that's locked. Further one is unlocked. The one furthest is locked.
I'm gonna pick the locks.
Okay. So the one closest to you, go ahead and roll a lock pick. Pick lock, sleight of hand, whatever. You know what I mean.
That was a really shitty roll.
Oof. So you managed to jimmy it open with some difficulty. And inside is somebody who needs to get her shit together. Ah, that's where I put it. Motherfucker. Sorry, I'm also looking at. Fuck. Shit up. Alright, so what you find inside is 2 gold and a long cloak. It's of a very fine fabric. It's of a very fine fabric, and it almost twinkles in the light of your torch. And you're opening up the second one too?
Yes.
Inside, there's a pouch containing 16 silver, as well as a couple of old clothes. They're very fine old clothes, but they're still older clothes. And what looks to be an album with photos in it. Photo album.
I will take the 2 gold and 16 silver, and I will flip through that photo album.
There are quite a few pictures of what look to be Lord and Lady Humboldt, as well as pictures kind of throughout the life of a little girl. She looks just like the two of them. You can surmise that this is the lass of the house, if you will. The Mrs. And you can see, like, just writing underneath a lot of those pictures with a date, and it looks like maybe a description of the location and the name. Unfortunately, you don't read that language.
For the pictures, the older ones, can I see any noticeable differences or lack of differences between how they looked then and now?
Investigation.
Holy shit.
Nice. Okay, so with to bring this back up again, thank you. So with Lady Melissa, that's the woman. She is noticeably different. Not so much that she aged a ton or not, but she was obviously, a young woman with no baby in the first picture. And in the most recent picture, she is a more mature woman with a baby. Like, baby bod type of thing. And of course, the baby that you've seen grown into a young woman, that is obviously Melissa's baby. Adello, on the other hand, he looks remarkably similar. Definitely some age there, but he didn't age much. You know, kind of how an elf barely ages over time, kind of looking. Very, very graceful
Right.
aging. But
Okay.
he's not an elf. It's obvious. It's been too short of a time span for any kind of aging like that. So maybe
Okie
he's not
doke.
entirely human, or maybe he's just really, really good looking, which could be either one, 50-50.
Okay. And then I guess I will. Let's see. You said that the one door just leads out to the.
Um, which door you said?
Well, you said that there was a door leading out to the roof.
Oh, yeah, you're on the roof. Well, you're in the attic, and the door um that you see goes to the tower kind of part that you saw on the outside of the mansion. You can assume that's where that door would lead, to the tower.
Oh, well then I'm going to the tower.
It's more like a turret than anything. But anyways, yeah. Sure. So that door is also locked.
Well, I'm gonna pick it.
Okay, we'll roll for it. Now, of all the chests and boxes in here, you've only checked two of them.
Well, I can always check them on the way back too. I'm a little curious about this thingy.
You cannot manage to open the. You can't open the door.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna go look at the other chests.
Okay. So the other one you did unlock that you didn't look into. Oh wait, no, you didn't open that one. My bad. Roll to
I
open.
unlocked and opened two of them, and then there was the one that was not locked, but I guess I didn't open.
Yeah. So you're gonna open that one, and there's no money in this one. There's no money in this one. However, there are a couple of child's toys, like a couple of old dolls and ouch. There's a couple of old dolls, some like pictures that were probably drawn by a little girl. There is a uh, collection of like little girls' dresses that got bigger over time. Um, a baby blanket.
So basically, like the kids' stuff.
Yeah, the kids stuff.
And were there any other chests beside those three?
There were on the opposite opposite wall. There were two big suits of armors and trunks in front of those two.
Okay, so I'm gonna look in those trunks.
You're gonna okay. As you approach one of the trunks, you need to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, interesting.
Sure. You got the 14, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. As you approach, you get the sense of something's amiss. But you can't really. Almost got you at the initiative, huh? Okay, so as you feel like there's something amiss, but you can't exactly get the feeling of what it is. Um, but you approach unhindered. As you bring your hands closer to the box, you get this weird sense that something's watching you. And yeah, you get the sense of something's watching you.
Interesting. I'm curious about the armor. Can I investigate the armor?
You may investigate the armor. You would roll investigation to investigate the armor. Actually, sorry, perception.
Oh, same thing.
Oh, it's
Or
the
same for
thing.
me anyway.
Is as you get to the box and you look up at the armor, you notice that it is older armor, definitely maybe it's very, very well kept, but it's also been up in the fucking attic for forever. The attic that nobody comes into, and it's of a very high quality armor. Um, Off the top of your head, you can't feel, or see anything special about the armor, except for the make of its craftsmanship is pretty good. Um, here. Uh, it also seems to have very similar motifs um, as Adelo's armor did, except it's a lot darker, and the more ivory angelic accents have been tarnished over time. Well, not tarnished, because ivory doesn't tarnish, but just dirtier.
I get the point. Can I try unlocking that door again?
You can.
I'm gonna do that then. Oh, that was way better. That is a 25.
Okay, yeah, you open, after kind of like walking around, clearing your head, you definitely figured out what you did wrong, with a very, very masterful, use of your hands. You open the, door, no problem. And inside, it is not as dark because there are several skylights and windows around the turret. Uh, in the center, however, is a very darkened area. You're not entirely sure if it's just because it's caught in like a very dark shadow, or if there's some other reason why it's dark. And we're gonna cut to Mercer.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Alright. You, along with Dusk, have been traversing the mansion as this is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to have you roll 2 perceptions and a stealth.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That is 11 and 17 for perception and a 12 stealth.
Okay. So, good news, bad news. Bad news is you failed the first one. Good news is Dusk made up for it. And the other two, you passed. So, you both passed. So, as you are being, nice little guardsmen and looking at the rest of the area, you do see across the other side of the mansion, on the reference items, second floor, there's the storage room. Well, across from the storage room, there's that door over there. Well, there's no door there, but there's a room with the words tower inside that room. Well, you managed to find it. A door leading to said tower. And it is a spiral staircase, one leading upwards, and one leading downwards. The stealth check is for something.
Okay.
But that's what you guys have found as soon as you separated.
Okay, so we found the tower. Is there like any sound or anything in it? Or should I like roll perception for that? Or
Are you trying to listen to see if anything's up or down?
let's go with down.
Okay, just a perception.
That would be a 12.
You don't hear anything moving down there.
Alright. I think. Like, on one hand, I want to go investigate. But on the other, I sort of still want to play lookout in case Adelo comes back whenever he comes back. So. I'm gonna actually leave the tower be. Just like keep in mind that that door is there. Just go back to sort of keeping an eye out the windows and stuff.
Okay. Ba, ba, ba. So the master bedroom is locked. The bedroom is locked. The bathroom's open. The office you guys been to. The storage unit you've seen. Found the tower room. The only reason I'm calling it that is because I wrote the word tower in it. It's not an actual tower. It just says tower in that specific box.
Mm-hmm.
As you're walking around, you see that there's the big, nice stained glass window. Pointing out towards the back of the manor. And you can see out there from where you are. And when you look out, you see there's still kind of foggy and rainy and stuff. And of the two parties that are split right now, you're the only one with a clear view of the sky. And it's just been getting darker and darker because the clouds are rolling in again, and eventually it starts raining.
Okay.
I want you to make a con save.
Con save, you said?
Yep.
Okay. That would be a 6.
Okay. You see a flash of lightning in the distance. And Dusk kind of looks up at you and out to the flash and just kind of sits there and waits. He's counting on his claws. As you look down at Dusk counting, you're wondering what's going on. And then you hear a massive crash of thunder. And out in the distance, you see from the light of day, because it's still out, you can see the glimmer of armor. And you see from there that the men that Lord Adello sent out to start sealing things up, 2 groups on either side of the manor have appeared in the, like, kind of hedge maze that's going on. So that's probably where the 2 directions ended up ending at. 2 locations within the hedge maze.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You have a very sick feeling in your gut. That's about all you feel.
Oh, good. Okay, so I think with that, it might be time to try and find Luciano.
Okay. You
Well-
don't know where he went. Only that he went down from the storage place down there. So you would go back, I assume, and go down that ladder or whatever.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Actually, no. Actually, I think I'm just gonna stay and watch the guys.
Okay. So you're going to be watching them. And I would like another con save. Alright.
That one
And
would
a
be a
will
10.
save.
A 10 con save. And that should be a 14 will save.
Okay, so you still feel a little sick, but not as bad as you thought. You see another flash of lightning, and Dusk starts counting again, but only makes it to about 4, and then you hear just the crash of thunder, and another flash of lightning, and Dusk starts counting again, gets to about 2, another crash. And on the next stroke of lightning, doesn't even the lightning doesn't even finish making it across the sky until the thunder kind of just shakes. It feels like through your very bones. And you have this sense of not dread, but of just something's amiss. You don't notice it at first, but Dusk has been getting, like, closer to you because something is bothering him. And you can kind of tell that it's the same thing that's bothering you. Just this feeling in your gut. So you're gonna just sit there and wait for Luciano to get back?
Yeah, I think I might. Like, I think the plan is going to be, like, where am I right now?
if you went to the references, right? And you went to the second floor one, you'd be
Yeah.
sitting right outside the storage thing.
Right outside that?
Yeah, that room. Um,
Okay.
between the two staircases, it kind of looks like an upside down volcano. That weird trapezoid thing there.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of that is the stained glass window you're looking out of.
Okay. So I think I might sort of just take up a position right at the top of the staircase. Just gonna stay there.
Okay. And you said you were using a crossbow?
No, I have my twin daggers.
Ah, I don't know why I thought crossbow. Anyways, because Dusk has a crossbow, that's why. So this little bird is kind of just saddled up next to you with his little crossbow out. Just kind of looking around, getting prepared for anything that happens. Oh. At that point, Luciano, this tower has pretty much this tower, this turret has almost started shaken because of the overhead thunder. Just kind of shook it about a little bit.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly look around, just see if there's anything of interest that just like catches my eye right away.
Perception.
Nine. Not so good.
Nothing immediately.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to, since the weather's getting iffy, put that on the back shelf and start heading back.
Okay. You guys come together at that moment. So just as Luciano is getting back to you guys, it's been a little bit. Dusk and Mercer have been keeping watch at the top of that stair. And Luciano, you are in no means sneaky coming back around. So, Mercer's aware that you're coming back. Dusk is not, because Dusk has a perception of 3 on the die and gets startled when he sees you. Just, scraw, scraw.
Sorry. Anything interesting happen while I was about?
Well, as I'm sure you can see, this storm rolled in, and I don't have a good feeling about something.
Yeah, storms don't seem new for this area. It seems pretty gloomy. But, I don't know. I would trust your gut. We'll have to keep a sharp eye out for the time being.
Oh, and yeah, I saw some of Adela's men come back, right?
You said what now?
Saw some of the guards that were sent out come back.
Yeah, they didn't come back yet, but you saw them out in like the hedge maze or whatever, or you saw what you thought was their armor, and you can tell that the tunnels probably exited those two places, and they were sealing them away.
Okay. So, after mentioning, not feeling right about some stuff, gonna continue on, gonna go on with, well, It also looks like some of the guard squad that was sent out is back on the grounds. Can't be positive, though. I thought I saw a flash of armor out there.
Good. Hopefully they'll be back soon so we don't have to spend the whole day here. But for the time being, we can just keep doing our job.
At this point, I'd say bad. About 3 hours have passed. 4 hours since you started to on your weird trek throughout the day. So it's maybe about lunchtime. And that is when you hear a little grumbling sound, and Dusk looks really sad. You can tell it's his stomach.
Aww. Well, we can go to the kitchen and see if the chef's there. Maybe he's preparing lunch for the lady and young miss.
Okay. So you guys are gonna go back to the kitchen?
May as well.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So you guys are about to go down the stairs when another flash of lightning and thunder, and it's gotten noticeably darker. To the point where, do you still have your torch?
Yeah, probably.
I just want to be sure your torch is on or off.
I think probably he probably put it out after he got back to the main area, but then he can just light it again.
Okay. So he got to the main area. That happened. A flash of lightning and some thunder. And after the lightning kind of finishes, it's a lot darker. The chandelier has been blown out. So you guys are effectively without much light.
Oh, goody.
So yeah, he will relight the torch and try to find Jeeves.
Okay. And Mercer doesn't have dark vision, right?
Hang on a sec.
Alright. Yeah. You don't have dark vision as a human. And Dusk doesn't have dark vision. Because he's fucking blind, apparently. So the only one with dark vision here is Luciano. Luciano, you're the only one who would notice, but there's a figure at the end of the stairs that, because of how the torch is behaving, you can't really see this person otherwise. It's because it's a flame, and the flame kind of flickers, so when you're walking down the stairs, you don't get that, like, solid light going downstairs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see who that is.
Alright, you're gonna have to get closer. Do you want to just, like, keep walking down the stairs and look at him, or...
Yeah, walk closer a little and, be like, hello.
Good evening. It has come to my attention that we must feed you. It would please the lady for you to come and enjoy lunch with her.
Oh, of course, it would be our honor.
Of course. And he just leaves. Oh, I remember. The butler guy. I remember what was with the This
What?
guy is not the same guy as the first guy we originally met here, because that guy was Lurch. This guy is just Jeeves. Don't know if y'all remember the first guy who's like, you rang?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that was the same
No,
guy.
this is a different guy.
Oh!
Yeah, no, this is a guy. His name is probably Jeeves, but no, this is not Lurch.
I was just thinking Lurch and Jeeves were the same, and I was just calling them Jeeves. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, like I was like, yeah, you guys met this guy? I don't have his name written down. No, Lurch is different.
Okay.
But I got confused in my own fucking notes, man. So Jeeves has informed you that you are now needed in the dining room to have lunch with Lady Melissa. Which is
Nice.
because that is where I'll leave you. And that was today's session.
Oh, yeah. So, in all that exploring and adventuring and then having lunch, is there a chance that we get a short rest?
This would be your short rest.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I know why.
Yeah, because because we don't have a healer with us.
Nope, not right now. Well, that you know of.
So yeah, Luciano's just walking around just like with a bunch of spider bites on him.
Just a shit ton of spider bites.
Yeah, a little bit woozy from the venom, but it's fine.
And that is that for today.
Okie dokie.
Okie doke.
How was today's?
Oh, this was very fun.
What a delight.
Good.
It's getting real spicy. The intrigue and all that.
Absolutely.
I'm glad. I am going to be ending the recording now.